What is going on, guys? Middi here, and today a third lot of intel missions have actually been added to the game, so I'm hoping you guys have already completed these already. I've previously done videos on every single location for the previous lot, so you can go check that out if you haven't done them. But if you have, we're going to be jumping into the 5 new ones that have just been added. And as always, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to me. I bring out regular Modern Warfare and Warzone content for you. And as always, if the video has helped you, then make sure you're liking it. Now, let's jump into the very first location. And if we hover over to the objective, it's going to say find the location in a message Ghost has sent you, and you're going to see a little view on top of the train station with a little coin next to it, which is where the first objective is. And guys, just like always, make sure you're doing this in plunder just so you don't really mess up the win ratio, and it's a lot easier just to keep jumping in and out of games. Now the first one is going to be directly on top of the train station, okay? So just parachute, make sure you land up here, because I don't think there's any other way that you can actually land on top of the building. So just drop down here and you're going to find the very first intel, which you can just collect here, which is this coin. And that is intel number 1's location. And for the second piece of intel, it's going to say cargo may have arrived via ports of entry. And if we open a photo up, it's going to say 1930 derailed in Uzbekistan, cargo missing, check ports of entry, start at the cranes. And I had a rough idea this was going to be in the port area because of course that's where the cranes are. So you want to head to the bottom part of the port and you're going to see this middle crane here. Now of course you can land up the top, or you can be an absolute noob like me where I landed at the bottom. Just climb all the way up to the top of it, follow the stairs round and go inside it. And right next to the teddy bear, just to the right of the chair here, it's going to say collect the intel. And that is the second piece of intel, guys, for you. Now for the third piece of intel, it's going to say someone was paid off to keep an area clear. And then if we open a picture, you're going to see an absolute wad of money. And then it says crate storage 6 across, 5, 8, 6 deep, keep clear. And this piece of intel is actually right next to where you just got the crane here. It's going to be in the middle of the shipping containers. I'm sure some of you are quite familiar with this area. So just dive right all the way down into the middle here. You can land at the top if you want to. But you can just walk through this little slanted entrance here. So this is obviously where you can walk into it. You don't have to land up here. And the next piece of intel is right here next to this campfire. And this is the third piece of intel, guys. The fourth piece of intel says there was an inspection scheduled at the port. It's going to say inspection with a date on it. The picture's kind of ruffled up a little bit, but it's got a little cargo container. And we know that this is right next to the vacant area of the map. Now this part is still in the port area, guys. It's in the little vacant side of the map. Let me just take care of this guy really quickly and I'll show you. Now you want to be heading into this section here, just like the warehouse thing, and it's going to be right at the back. It's a laptop, quite easy to spot, and as always this is quite convenient because they're all really close together. Walk up to this laptop, press X or whatever key you're using, and that is the fourth piece of intel that's been collected, and just one more to go, guys. And now for the last piece of intel, which is the fifth. It says the cargo was headed to a WHP site. And if we open up the actual intel photo, it's going to have a cargo manifest and it says the shipment on there. And it's got the destination, which has been highlighted, which is the ARM WHP FOB Ridgeline NE of Stadium, which makes me actually think, guys, that this is going to be happening with the stadium. We know that the stadium's already been updated and they're adding stuff to it and something is happening inside of there. But the last piece of intel is here. It's going to be just to the right of the TV station in this little compartment building. It's normally next to the white tents. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this place. You land here all the time within Warzone. Just glide over here, enter the building, and on the second floor next to this kind of knocked over cabinet, you're going to find the fifth and last piece of intel. Walk up to it, collect it, guys, and that is all 5 pieces done. You can then head back to the main menu where you can see the last photo of the 6th intel, which it normally shows you after completing every single one. Now the last little piece of intel that gets added, you can check, and it says arrived at a pickup location for the Chembio container, but it was long gone. Someone got to it before we did. Soon after we arrived, Lieutenant Davidson informed me that enemy signatures were near our position, and then all hell broke loose. After multiple casualties from the initial attack, I ordered my team to break contact. We were pursued by the enemy, who bore allegiance and coalition makings. 6 of my team were KIA. By that time it was over. Now this reminds me of that cutscene that you actually see, I think it was season 2 or 3, where whatever Mara was released on, or the first operators were, then this is the scene that they're actually talking about. So this is a nice little backlog of information within the map that we all know so far, which is kind of educating us on what's actually going on. And I do think the 5th piece of intel, which was talking about the stadium, I think it's kind of like hinting to us that the next proper update that's coming out, something big is going to happen to the stadium, guys. So I do want you all to look out for that. Guys, as always, if the video has helped you, make sure you leave a like and let me know in a comment what you think about finding all these intel so far. Have you figured out anything that you can kind of comment about? But as always, guys, I'm going to leave it as that, and I'll catch you guys later.